And what we're going to do today is a tasting. A tasting is pretty much a systematic way to experience coffee in a way where you learn about it, learn about the subtleties of it, similar to like a wine tasting or something like that. Smell it and see what we get. Don't be shy.
You can imagine, I said we start off our meetings this way, you can imagine like conference rooms filled with thousands of partners all slurping away. So don't be shy. Starbucks is just too roasty for me, it's just too dark. And with the advent of our blonde roasts, which were decades in development, it took them that long to come up with a roast and some blends that still met Starbucks standards, that we still felt were core to our brand, but were a little bit lighter roast and appealing to a lot of guests who didn't like our coffees prior.
Best way to learn about coffee and develop your palate is do side-by-side tastings. And I would say, if you're ever out in stores, don't hesitate to ask a barista, like, hey, I want to try that one, I want to try that one. They can make samples for you.
There are two commercially viable species of coffee. It's Arabica and Robusta.
Also, Robusta beans have double the caffeine content that Arabica beans do. So a lot of times we hear from people, oh, your coffee is so dark, it must be so strong, or it must have so much caffeine in it. And that's actually not true. Many coffees that you would have that taste lighter than ours have much more Robusta, many more Robusta beans in them. So they would actually have a higher caffeine content than our coffee.
Something that really blew my mind when I was in Costa Rica, I knew a lot about this going through the Coffee Master program. I never knew how intimate it was. How much care, how much passion that people pour into every step. We also have talked about how many people depend on coffee. Remember, number 2 commodity in the world. So think about all the people that are involved in that and whose livelihood depends on that. We're focusing really on 3 major components. That's ethical sourcing, environmental stewardship, and then communities that where our coffee is grown.
I bring this up, it's lots of fun facts. I mean, to think that 7 out of 10 adults have visited a Starbucks store is pretty incredible. 60 million customers each week, and actually this slide is slightly outdated now, it's even more today. And as I mentioned, 20,500 in this slide, and it's even more than that now, and that includes our licensed stores like we have here at Northeastern. When you come to a Starbucks, you feel welcome. You're encouraged to stay as long as you like, and it's a place of refuge and collaboration. So that is something that are the basic tenets of what we started out to do and continue to do.